Welcome, Thomas.
Hey man,
Welcome, man.
thanks for the coffee, man. That was solid.
No
Yeah.
problem, no problem.
Yeah, I want to make sure my hands don't shake.
My pleasure to serve you.
Yeah,
You know, my pleasure to serve
I
you.
see your passion, man.
You know,
making
when
coffee.
when I told my friends that you're coming over, you know what's the first question they will ask me?
What's that?
What car does he drive today?
Today, I drove my Alpine
yesterday,
today.
last week, you know.
Yeah.
So what car did you drive today?
I drove the Alpine. Yeah,
Alpine.
yeah,
Can I have a look later?
yeah. No problem. Yeah.
Because when I told my friends, right, have you heard about this car called Alpine?
Yeah.
I never heard.
They
Have you heard
probably-
about F1 team Alpine?
Ah.
Yes, I do.
some people thought Alpine is the stereo long time Alpine. The stereo system.
Oh yeah, the Alpine,
Alpine,
the
right?
cassette, right?
Yeah. Cassette player. Alpine. I bought a cassette player. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So what makes you want to buy Alpine?
Oh, I just love the car, man. It's gorgeous. It's sexy.
You told me like only like 4 registered in
For my
Malaysia.
knowledge, only 4 registered in Malaysia. Yeah,
Okay.
2 in Langkawi. I think the Sultan Johor, the Prince of Johor has a A110R, very sexy one also. Yeah, light color. Yeah, yeah.
So you are the same status with
No lah,
Sultan
his car is the top of the end, the A110R. Mine is the bottom of the end, the A10 only.
but at least like you're top 4, you know.
Okay lah. Alright.
Not that bad, though. And
Yeah.
and the royal family is in the top 1.
Yeah,
Not bad.
Hey, I'm from Johor also, right? So hey,
Feel proud about it.
proud. Yeah, hashtag proud.
So Thomas, you want to tell me now? I'm not really a car person.
Yeah.
But I do watch your vlogs and do watch your YouTube videos and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Just check you out, right?
Mm.
What's the story, man? What's the story? What makes you passionate about cars? And obviously, you're not coming out from car. You're not a mechanic. You're not a car engineer.
Mhm.
You are a car enthusiast.
Mhm.
But what makes you into car enthusiast? And what makes you have the financial, how to say that, the financial capability to have this hobby? I know cars is not cheap, man.
Yeah,
I
especially
know
in
car,
Malaysia,
everyone
yeah.
knows, right?
Yeah.
And how did you started from your journey into entrepreneur? Obviously, you're entrepreneur.
Oh, it's a long question. Oh,
It's a long ass question.
Yeah.
It's a very detailed question.
yeah. But I'll start with this though.
I'm very curious. I'm
yeah.
sure a lot of people are also very curious. Yeah.
I'll start with this though. This is a few-fold story how my love for cars actually evolved. But I'll start with this though. If you are a car enthusiast in Malaysia, because of our just the way the labor market is, and the way cars are priced in Malaysia, especially with duties and stuff. Now the good news is because petrol is cheap lah, but the way duties are priced as such, it's unless you can command a decent earning power, cars can be very hard to be owned in Malaysia. Unlike certain countries like UK, or in US, they're very nice. I mean, the price to the earning is actually quite affordable, right? Just the petrol is expensive. Right?
Yeah.
So I think I'll start with this. Like if you're watching this podcast and you have a love of cars like I do, entrepreneurship is probably, you got to figure out something outside of your job, or you better be damn good at your job that you can command a good salary as well, That's what I'll start with lah. But my love for cars started when I was younger. My dad loved cars too, so I sort of steal some from him. But my first, I think reading like the magazines, seeing the cars and stuff, I didn't have a particular car that I was like, oh, I like sports car. Like somebody said, poster car is always Lamborghini or Ferrari. I never really had that. I always liked cars of all sorts. My dad had he was into Land Rovers.
Okay.
Right. So I love how it looks like, the way it stands out from all the other SUVs, and back then they don't call it SUV, it's called utility V. It's UV right now. But I love cars ever since I was a kid. I love how it sounds, the way it sits on 4 wheels. And then it progressively evolved into performance cars when I started playing Gran Turismo, the computer game.
Which one? The GTA 3? Oh, the GT.
yeah, Gran Turismo.
PS1 or
PS1.
PS2 or PS1?
The OG one, the
Oh,
OG
that
one.
is long ass loading time.
Yeah, bro.
When you press start, fucking 2 minutes.
I had to wipe the disc, put back in. You know also, bro. But my love for cars really accelerated, you know, and my dad and I, we all would play, you know, and then we have our own files, and then we have our own cars,
Yeah,
you know.
you get license, you know.
Yeah, you know. And then my dad would talk me about rear-wheel drive and everything. Then we always had the Mazda RX-7, and the car would just always oversteer everywhere, you know. That's why I started to love more and more on the challenge of driving even on the computer. Then Nissan GTR, you know, no, that's why people born in the 80s, right? We all love GTRs, right? Because we this is also the time where Gran Turismo had one of the best cars in there is the Nissan GTR, right? You know, yeah, but you know, there's a long story but then it slowly but my love for cars faded more in high school because I was chasing skirts, you know, being a boy, you know, so I was from cars to girls. And then when I came back to Malaysia,
you were working in Europe, right? Switzerland?
Studying. I studied in Switzerland, yeah.
Yeah, for how many
Hotel
years?
and culinary. 2.5 years. Yeah,
I
2.5 years.
Yeah.
Then I did 1 year in UK, and I came back. So until then, I forgot about cars. Then I went to the workforce, everything, and then I started experiencing my friends E46 3 Series. Then I fell back in love with cars. I was like, oh man. So it just
long time I have no such feelings.
Correct. And then that's why I think my love for cars didn't didn't come immediately. It was like developed over time. Yeah. I just love how cars make you feel, you know. It's not about speed even. It's just about this topic can go for 5 hours, but I think if I summarize
Sheer driving experience.
driving experience, aesthetic, you know, why they build it in this shape. Is there a story to tell? Legacy, like Alpine has a legacy, right? They're the first World Rally Champions winner, right? The A110, you know, I wouldn't say that it's super gorgeous, right? But it has a meaning behind the design. And then the modern reiteration of the car was trying to revive and try to like create a modern iteration of the design in the past. So that is like, wow, there's a story to tell, and it looks sexy for me, Yeah, for me
it does because it's really, really outstanding. Like, really, what kind of car is this? Like, the badge is unrecognizable.
It is. And I went to I did a tour in Thailand, and then we went to the Porsche gathering, Duststraffen, right? So everyone brought their Porsches. So I was arriving at I dropped my Alpine, brought the wrong car. So I arrived at the entrance, right?
Wrong club.
Yeah. And there's a visitor car park, and there's the Porsche cars, right? Then one of the guards saw me, and then he casually waved me into the Porsche. Because it's a sports car, you know. He didn't pay car. There's so many cars coming out, and he didn't pay attention. Then the other guard, he said, no, this way. Then they both look like confused, like, huh? I should record that. It was so confusing because the other guy recognized it was not a Porsche, right? But I love the car. The way the car makes me feel. It's every time you get in the car, it's like an experience. And I think for a lot of car enthusiasts, maybe it's escapism. I don't know why I did, but I always signify car as a form of an extension of a personality. Yeah. But also car enthusiasts, we don't bother ourselves with the destination. It's all about the journey. I know it's a very cliche thing, right? But really, like the journey of a real car enthusiast don't think like, oh, when I'm going to arrive, right? It's really about like, okay, it's about from here, I will expect this kind of corners, this kind of scenery, you know, this kind of stuff. I get to experience this part of the car, right? Yeah. So that's my love of cars. It's like for me, it's like I can't stop. I can't stop smiling. It's not about how fast the car goes, you know. It's you know, I got Mini Classic. Yeah. And I giggle like a little kid in the car, you know, every time I drive it around, you know.
The one with foldable roof?
The Mini Classic has a Webasto roof, a foldable top roof. Yeah. Like a sunroof. Yeah.
I see.
So that's me with cars. It's a form of freedom.
I see. Yeah. How many cars do you have right now?
Okay. I have the Spider, which is my wife, you know.
Which model is the Spider?
Porsche, the Porsche Boxster Spider.
Yeah, I know, it's Porsche. Which numbering is it? 718?
91. 91, yeah.
91.
It's when they launched the first GT3, the sister was the Spider.
I see.
Yeah. Overshadowed by the GT4 lah. Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Then I have the well, that's my absolute favorite. I mean, that car is just, it's like a dream to own. And it was a very important car in my life because it really propelled me into allowing myself, giving myself permission to dive into my love of cars. 'Cause until then, I always observe people with sports cars, and I always say, it's for them. And then this was the time I said, you know what? I need to let myself experience one. So I dive into one, not knowing that after I got this car, I never want to let it go. Right?
Okay. Are you referring Spider?
The Spider.
See.
Yeah.
I see.
Then I have
you were saying that this is the Spider, your model is like only 2 in Malaysia, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay, there's a lot of 718 Spiders. It's a newer one. There's only 2 981 Spiders, my generation. And the 987, I think a couple of them, I didn't pay much attention. I saw a white one, very sexy looking too. The other one is red color. Yeah, there's only 2 of them.
So you have a Porsche Spider.
Porsche Spider.
What else do you have?
I have you have the Alpine, right?
Alpine, yeah.
The Legion GT Alpine. It's a that one I really love because I'm a sucker for silver color now. So
the Spider also you got also silver.
Silver. The Alpine is also silver with a tan interior, the tan tobacco interior. Oh, I think about it, my goosebumps. Let my girlfriend see this. No, she knows I love cars. So Legion GT, the A110. And then I have a share with my partner, the Mini Countryman JCW, right? I didn't quite
300 horsepower, right?
Yeah. I gotta have the best one, right? No, anyways, I wanted to get a Clubman, because of all the minis, I think the Clubman rides the best, you know. But then she likes the Countryman, you know. So I said, okay lah, let's go for the Countryman, and I went of it like a sort of like a resign into it, semi-resign. I thought it was cute. I resigned into it, but the more I drive it, the more I love it. It's so cute and quirky, you know, and you know, people look at it so unassuming. They put your foot down, the car fly like a rocket, you know. Yeah, I love the Countryman. Very comfortable. I mean, okay, I won't say like air suspension Cayenne X5 kind of comfortable, but it's comfortable enough. Then I have a Mini Classic. This is the Webasto body. You know, this car is going through a really deep overhaul. I decided to keep this for life too, as long as I can, right? You don't know what the future holds, right?
Yeah, I agree.
There's 4 cars, and then recently I got a new Italian. It's still under wraps. Haven't embargo yet, you know. Maybe by the time you watch this, embargo already, right? Italian coming. I had 2 Alphas. I let go of it really because they are piece of shit. Sorry, Alpha lovers. Sorry. They're good looking cars. They're nice to drive, but they're headache, bro. I mean, if it's still MCU, I got the time, right? I don't have the time anymore, bro. I
always visiting workshops, right?
Yes. The natural habitat.
I think most Alfa Romeo's owners, they will understand this.
Normally, yeah. Normally, yeah. It's just that the previous owners didn't jaga the car. I still have to pick up cars that nobody wanted. So I was getting myself into trouble, right? If the car is well maintained, right? They've driven every day, you take it over, it's okay one, right? But the cars were sitting, doing nothing. Tires were flat, there was cockroach in the car, right? So
it was the junk.
It is a moving junk. There's another story to tell. But anyways, those cars, I sold one already. There's one Alpha Sat still for sale. If you were interested in Alpha Sat, let me know. Let me go at a good price. Okay. Bobby told me to maybe just burn the car just to get more views on your channel. But I don't know. I feel like every car has a soul. You know, I feel like I can't take myself to do it. As much as I hate certain cars, right? Like for example, the Fiat Multipla, right? I hate it with a passion. It's so ugly. Like, so why people design car like I still won't burn the car. Right? I say I will, but when they come, you give me the torch, I won't do it. It's just like as you point the gun and shoot someone, I cannot do it. So I have an Alpha Sat still for sale. So it still belongs to me, but I don't put it in my garage anymore. I say I don't want to see the car anymore. I bought it for like 13 grand. I sunk in 25 grand, and I still can't get the car to the condition I want.
Yeah.
And I say you should go to someone who loves it. This kind of car needs to have someone who owns it, has a story, story or passion. Like for me, like another car I would restore is a Land Rover Discovery, because my dad and I, we all grew up in a Land Rover Discovery. So it's not about money anymore. It's just that you want it because it gives you a certain memory.
Sentimental value.
Yes, absolutely.
Sentimental value, yeah.
So then, this is my car
How do you store your cars, man? Let's say it's like...
Condo.
Let's say like... He bought a condo for
We
2
figure
parking.
it out as we go. This car, our motto is we'll figure it out as we go, right? We have this all these car enthusiasts with this ridiculous most car enthusiasts have this ridiculous theory. Oh, we only got 3 car park, therefore I will stick within 3. Then they'll break their rules all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just store in the condo lah, and then rent extra space. I'm thankful I have a good friend, Adi from Expel, my sponsor, and then they got little space, so I just chuck my car there and say, please.
Yeah, but let's say for like a car enthusiast who is in the urban dweller, right? Is there any more idea to store their cars? Let's say that a condo can store maximum 2. That I heard some of the experience, right? Saying that they want to tender one more parking, it takes like years to tender to really get the parking.
Rent,
like, yeah.
Rent.
Even rent also like very minimal as well.
Yep.
Is there a certain like a car storage space for rent in KL?
I don't think there's much in KL.
Yeah.
I think Langkawi, of course, you have for obvious reasons.
Langkawi is like
JB is up and coming
for that.
Yeah. I think JB has because
it?
Singaporeans, some of them buy sports cars and leave it there.
I see.
It's a smart idea. I mean, you don't pay a crazy COE. You got nice roads to drive. I think there are some. I'm sure there are car storage facilities in KL. Not that I know of.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you know friends, maybe friends can store for you. We're actually very lucky because in Malaysia, real estate is not that expensive. Actually, it's really undervalued compared to, certain countries.
Yeah.
Hong Kong, for example, the car park will kill you, right? Just driving around paying car park will kill you. Singapore as well. So
I heard Taiwan also
Singapore
have.
Not that bad lah.
I heard Taiwan also have different rule. If you when you want to buy a car, you have to buy a parking.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
I'm
didn't
not
know
too sure
that.
whether it's true or not, but
I see.
you have to buy a parking in Taipei, especially.
It makes sense. It helps with traffic control and stuff. You see, our Malaysia Jam, I think, is mainly contributed by a lot of cars. We per capita, I think we have a lot of cars generally. But yeah, Malaysia, I think we're very blessed with cheap car park space. Even if to rent for $200 a month, I mean, bro, you haven't seen people paying a lot more for car park space, right?
Other country, you mean?
Other countries, I'm pretty sure Hong Kong is way more than 200.
I think in Thailand also no cheap, man. Thailand is like really cramped and everything is very expensive. Bangkok, yeah.
But generally the duties and taxes there also quite not very friendly lah.
Yeah. So that's car aside, right? Let's talk about your like entrepreneurship. You started from culinary student, then came back.
Yeah, hotel. Came
then
back.
How do you like suddenly you bought like LP in Porsche Spider?
It's not suddenly lah. It's a good,
I know, I understand
10 years,
like probably 10 years, 15 years.
Yeah.
But what makes you from working for someone to own a Porsche Spider? Well, you say it is a freaking hard, man. It's almost impossible. Unless you work as a CEO of TikTok, CEO of Google,
right?
big ass company MNC, right? But for a not common man like most people, in that perspective, how did you started from a student of culinary arts, right? You were saying that you were once in duty manager of a hotel.
Yep.
And then what the blank space is quite
big, right?
Quite big. Then suddenly you're Thomas Yap driving collector's car. Yeah. And what happened there?
I mean, first of all, I don't think my car collection is that grand as some people. They have. I don't.
It's impressive. Let's put it that
it's
way.
Okay. Yeah. I'm happy with it. I'm very happy with it. That's I think the most important thing is that you get cars that you really look at it and your heart goes like, I think I have a goosebump. Finally, it's like every day you see it, you're like, I'm sure you got certain machines in your studio. And you look at it, it's like, that's the machine, right?
Exactly.
So I think that's the more important factor, So anyways, to come back, how do I start? So I studied hotel management, and now of course we did culinary arts as part of our degree, and I love cooking.
Do you still cook nowadays?
Oh yeah, I love cooking.
You still cook?
Yeah. I like myself a nice steak. So I must always have gas hot at home, Steak, I can just do steak, salt, pepper, and then eat. I mean, no salt, just steak, Yeah. I love my red meat, So anyways, I graduated and I came back, and the first job I got into a hotel, and I thought that the best way to earn more money is to get promotion. So I damn kiasu lah. So I would do more than my colleagues. Right? I knew that I can do better, right? But it came to a point after, fighting for promotion, fighting for getting myself up there. I wasn't doing any politicking whatsoever. I just
You work
do my
hard.
job well. I
You
work
work
hard.
yeah.
Whatever I look around, I say, oh, whatever they can't do, I will do lah. The front desk, for example, everyone's scared to handle complaint. I would just say, I'm the manager. And I'll solve the problem. And I'll make sure that I'll do it so good that they will leave a good review about me. Right? So make sure the management can't leave me unnoticed. Right? And I'm not saying this out of being lancy or anything, right? But
I got you.
In that or my generation, right, Gen Y, right? I realized that it's not as competitive as Gen X. The way my dad described where it was, Gen X, right? People fight, man. They really fight for promotion. They really fight. I said, hey, everyone a lot of people trying to do the minimum and get by. I said, no, I don't want to. I will outdo everyone. So then I got myself a good position. I mean, in less than a year, I got myself to a duty manager. And then I started being a duty manager. I know it's a very big leap.
Yeah.
But then I found myself in one point that this is like, you get into the swing of working, going to work, come back, and then suddenly it was one day, I was working almost 8 days a week. Have you heard of 8 days a week?
Yeah.
Have you heard of 8 days a week, right?
That means no off day?
No off day plus overtime lah. So I was literally on the 9th day, right? I finished 8 days already. And I was working 12, 13, sometimes 14 hours, busy period. And duty manager works like this. You have to be one guy on shift all the time.
Yeah.
So there I was in my Honda City, IDSI. I'll describe my silver color duck,
Silver color again?
Silver color duck. Yeah, IDSI. And then I remember I was at 6:45 in the morning. My shift starts at 7. And I was so tired. I didn't want to go to work. I was... I don't know if you ever felt like your body is so physically tired. You just can't get your body to move. I just wanted to sleep. And then but I can't sleep. And then the option is to quit my job and not show up. It's like, no one, fuck you lah, I don't want to go work anymore. And I just want to throw in a letter. But I can't, because end of the month I have something to pay.
Yeah.
My credit card bills are waiting.
Yeah.
My landlord's gonna knock on my door if I don't pay. So that was when I realized I have to force myself to go to work doing something I don't like to do, and I have no choice.
You were staying in KL, where
KL?
your families are in
Johor,
your family members are in Segamat, Johor.
Segamat, Johor, yeah.
So you were all alone the time?
Yes. I was all alone, and then I just couldn't quit. I found myself stuck. Like that was when that's the first chapter that really hit me. That I can't keep doing this. I maybe some people can tahan it. Some people can do it. They have the fortitude to keep going on. But for me, I just said, no, this is not the life I want. If I can, I got another 30 years of my life, I've working life, right?
Yeah.
And then at that point I said, okay, if this is the life that I'm going to live, I'm not choosing this. And I took myself to work, but I promised myself that I'm going to open my heart and my mind to things that I don't like. Also, I look only. But in that place, I was literally, not literally, I was crying. I was screaming in the car. I was so angry. Like you're stuck, but you can't do anything. Yeah. And go to work. The worst thing about going to a hotel in that kind of state is that you have to pretend to be okay. In front of your guests, it's going to be, how are you, sir? How are you?
Yeah, you still have to do that, right?
Yeah, but no one fucking asks you, how are you doing? Right? If people ask me how I'm doing, I'll explode, man.
You just
Shit,
break
I just
at the
hold it
time.
all in. Yeah. So back then,
Which year was that?
2012.
2012,
Yeah. 2 years after I graduated. That's it. So I realized two things. One, it changed my perspective about money, right? One thing, I gotta change the way I make money. But number two is that this is the ultimate thing that we're seeking for, is not just money. Actually, we want a lifestyle, right? If you think about it, in our deathbed, we don't think about how much money we make. At least for me, I'm gonna think, how's my lifestyle? How did I enjoy my life? Right? What choices I make for my life? I think those are more important things. So for me, I just make my personal choice that I need to change the way I make money. That allows me to have the time freedom too. So of course, I didn't make any immediate change immediately, but I started to develop and started growing that mindset. Started to read a bit more books. Besides I was always a gym rat. I go to the gym, I go to work, I go to the gym, I go to work. I was competing for Mr. KL. I did it one time and it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
But
was like water fasting. You do not drink water for like probably like
the last 10
on a
days are the
competition
worst.
day.
Yeah. You have to
cut off water, right?
You have to load yourself with water and then drain yourself with water, and you still gotta do a little bit of workout to maintain your muscle. That was the worst. That was horrible.
That,
Yeah,
to
yeah.
a lot of people, that's like almost in front of death door, man.
It
That
is.
many
It
people
is.
say it, yeah.
It is. Yeah, yeah. The kind of willpower you have to push yourself through it. I
Yeah.
mean, I realized bodybuilding is not for me, but it
Mm.
taught me a lot of lessons about
Yeah.
perseverance, delayed gratification.
Determination.
Yeah, I think delayed gratification is one of it. Like showing up even though the results don't look like it, you know. So I thank bodybuilding for that. But anyways, I got into my first business was direct selling and still is. I mean direct selling and network marketing. And that was my first gig and still is today paying dividends for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I got into the entrepreneurship world.
Okay. What kind of business are you in?
So it's this Japanese company called Enagic, right? We have machines called Kangen water. But I will say this though. Network marketing, a lot of people have this impression that you're selling things, right? Yeah, I went through that cycle of selling things. And now that I'm more open to talk about it, or I'll say open and now I've got more like opportunities to talk about it. Direct selling actually is not about selling. Everything's selling, you know. And I started with selling, yeah. But then of course I progressed through.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I started network marketing. Yeah.
I see.
You have an impression when you hear network marketing and direct selling?
My dad is MA.
Amway,
Yeah,
solid.
so I have my upbringing since I was 6.
Ah,
Amway.
nice.
Until
nice.
right now, he's
Nice.
still doing it.
Oh, solid,
Yeah.
solid. Yeah.
So I have no feeling about that, man. Yeah. So
Well,
I've
I
seen a
mean,
lot-
impression. I mean, it's good. I don't know what your impression is. So
I don't know what I should feel about that.
No, it's good. I mean, there's a wide range of impressions.
Yeah.
But I would generally feel that I generally being out there, most people have okay. I say there's a bunch that is no neutral. Some is good, and then I think there's a good bunch of people actually have very poor experience in network marketing. Like I got a lady who PM me and said, hey, you know, can you share what business you do? Blah blah. I just say, I'm doing network marketing, and first thing say, I'm taking a break from network marketing. Thank you for sharing. Right? It's like, hey, I thought you wanted to learn from me. Now you say, right? This moment you hear, you know, but I get her because network marketing, what people ask you to do, they ask you to sell lah.
Yeah.
And when you sell to your friends, what people do, they run away lah.
Yeah.
That's
There are a lot of impression that network marketing, MLM, all this, right? They will, the moment you step into that, right, that's where that you get lesser and lesser friends every year.
yes.
Yeah.
There's this impression lah. Yeah. And it's not true. It's not untrue actually. It's not untrue. See, the problem with network marketing since we're on this topic, can we elaborate a little bit? Can we?
Yeah, sure,
I
man.
mean, since
Feel free,
we're here, right? Network marketing, right? Okay, I have this rule. 90% people in network marketing don't know what the heck they're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, and 90% of business fail in the first 5 years, right? So 90% of people in network marketing don't know what they're doing and they fail in the first 5 years, right? And I can give you the telltale sign. Okay, I can't guarantee success, even though I built a team, right? So I have a team, I have multiple teams, and even today, I can tell you, I can't guarantee you success, no matter how good I think I am in my business or whatever. But I can guarantee that you fail if you sell in network marketing. I'll prove to you why.
Yeah.
Today, let's say you buy a supplement, okay, a coffee lah. Let's do coffee,
Yeah,
right?
coffee,
Now,
yeah.
coffee, network marketing coffee,
Yeah.
right? Okay, I sell to you this coffee. It's a 90 ringgit subscription, whatever lah, right? And first of all, who would spend 90 minutes to listen to you pitch you a product, right? Come to a seminar, I'm going to sell you something. Who's going to do it, right? Where they can go on the internet, couple of clicks, then the coffee will come to their doorstep.
Yeah.
Some people might even front load. You know, front loading, for those viewers who know what front loading is, sometimes the leaders get people to buy a lot up front and they go and unload, right? They go and sell it online. And what they do is sell it cheaper lah. So imagine if I come to you, bro, I sell you this, I do, bro, this coffee, whoa, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then you are one of the nice guys who said, okay lah, I support Thomas lah. Tell low Paul, what they buy lah, buy lah. Buy already, then low Paul show you. Hey, husband, I can get it for cheaper online. Well, how do you feel? Right?
Yeah.
You lose a friend lah, of course, right? That's why selling does not work. And okay, I will get very passionate about this. I love the direct selling business. I love network marketing business. But in today's time, times have changed. Olden days, you go knock on the door, say, bro, I you know, no one knows the brand yet. Okay, it's still got an element of surprise and intrigue and so on and so forth. Today, people can Google you. So, network marketing, if you sell, you confirm fail. Because it is not a retail business. It is not a retail business. Stop treating it like a retail business. You know? But how I would position it, or how would I, and this is not a gimmick. People think it's a gimmick thing. It's not. It's facts, right? So okay, this is the way to do it without losing friends. Big tip to your friends, right? All you guys here. I love network marketing, guys, right? I want all of us to make more money and then we can leave a better impact, right? And we can enjoy whatever you want. Enjoy cars, so can. All right? Okay. Put it this way. I come to you. I say, for example, you do coffee, right? You drink coffee every month. Right? I say, hey, bro, how much money you spend on coffee every month? For example, I ask you how much money you spend. Okay, think average person. Not this.
I have a lot of guests and friends, so quite a lot. I would say. I'll give you a number straight. Let's say in terms of sourcing beans from whatever roasters outside, right? Probably like 400 to 500.
Okay, let's say for example, I meet a normal person, right? They buy sachet coffees or like whatever like. They also drink instant coffee, right? Or whatever. They have their own machine espresso, whatever. Okay, ask them how much money you spend. They say like, okay, maybe say 400 ringgit or 300 ringgit. Right? Okay, turn to supplements also. They say supplements every month they spend 500. Household products 600, whatever, right? My question is, can I show? Is it okay, Dennis, if I show you how to get your coffee for free, get your supplement for free, get your household products for free, and by the way, we might even increase the quality of your product. Are you open to take a look at this?
Of course.
There you go. Then you got a reason for a 90-minute conversation. You don't have to go and pretend, oh, yum cha la, ambush them. Oh, no la, I'm this new. And then try to flex. Oh, yeah, my business so good. My leader drive Maserati. My leader got bungalow. No, forget that nonsense.
Those are very cliches already.
I mean, those work in the past.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it doesn't
90s,
work.
yeah.
90s, 2000s, people are smart. And people are always asking, what is it in for me? You need to solve this in any business, right? Don't care network marketing. What is it for me? Make the conversation about the customer. So my first question is, can I make I find out how much you spend on your supplement or whatever. Can I make it for free? Can I help you? How to increase the quality of your product? Show you. I'm not selling. I'm showing you if that's possible. Then you do a 90-minute presentation. No need to hide, no need to build up. Sit down, order the coffee, bam. You can just show straight away. Get down to business. I can do this, right? I can do 4 appointments a day, right? Or I can do a seminar. I can load 20 people inside there. Everybody comes in waiting for you to share that. They are open-minded people in front of you. So it's not about how many prospects. If you prospect 40 people, then 10 will come. Why can't we have 20 people come to you and 15 people sign up? Why cannot? You can, right? So that really frustrates me because it's the wrong way and they think that the only way to get better is to work harder. If your business requires you to put like 60, 70, 80 hours a week, right? Something is wrong, right? Something is not working well. You're compensating with time.
Yeah.
Right? I think that a business is not healthy. The first thing you notice is the owner spend too much time. And the second thing is that they will spend too much time. Second, they're not making enough sales, right? First, it's no sales, then not enough time, right? They always compensate, right? Or no profit, then no time. They eventually evolve to borrow money and then stress, right? This is our 4th stage of the business. And we reach 4th stage, when you borrow money, too late already, right? That's really deep in, right? So, anyways, I put that aside.
How long have you been in this industry?
10 years.
10 years.
Yeah, this month I celebrate my 10 years and 1 month.
Yeah, 10 years and 1 month.
10 years and 1 month in this industry. Yeah. But I just saying this, guys, I'm not trying to bash people who sell. I'm saying this with a lot of compassion because I used to do it. I used to be the guy,
for first few years.
Yes, listen to people. Go out and sell. Then listen to all the stories. Yeah, if they can do it, I can do it. Oh, whack lah, call lah, cold call lah, call my friends lah. Those people ghost me. So it happens. But eventually I found out that the 90% people don't know how to do network marketing. And we are not only learning from 90%, but we're also using 90% as our reference point. So when someone asks you to join network marketing, you look at 90%, the guy sell. I don't want to do. You see, network marketing is a superpower. You must understand this. If today I recommend people to buy Toyota, 100 Toyotas, do you think Toyota will give me anything?
No.
Give me umbrella.
Unless you're authorized dealer.
Yeah, right. Number 2, will I know how much a salesman makes?
Yeah.
You won't know, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's retail business. Nothing wrong with that model. That's a retail business. A lot of people do network marketing. They don't want to tell people, the model, or either they oversell the model, but just tell it as it is, right? Every customer has the opportunity to opt in for the business model. And my job as a network marketing professional is to help my customers get the best out of their purchase, which is including your purchasing the network marketing companies, benefits or being able to earn back money. So then when they come to my seminar, my job is to show them, okay, how long does it take and what do you have to do to achieve 50% of your product back or 100% of your product back And for those who are very interested, we can show you how to build a career with this, right? Now, inevitably, without even focusing on the product, people will open their ears and listen to the product, right? Because we have a superpower. Network marketing is the opportunity for average people to not only get their products for free, but it's an opportunity for normal people to make money.
Yeah.
Scalable business. You see that do Amway. Look, it's a lifetime business. I say this because it is a lifetime business, but you have to treat it like a lifetime business. When you treat it like a get rich quick scheme, all these are confirmed, you fail. You got to treat it like a lifetime business, and it will take care of you a lifetime. But you treat like a hobby, then give you a hobby like coffee. If you treat this just as a hobby, right, you never scale this business like this.
Yeah.
You take it damn serious. That's why the business gives you a serious growth, a serious return.
Yeah.
So anyways, 90% people don't know what they're doing. My signs are number one, they're constantly selling. Number two, they're constantly recruiting.
I think most of people use the wrong approach. That's
Yes.
let's summarize this discussion, right?
Yeah.
Most of the MLM people, they're using the wrong approach to approach
Outdated
their friends.
approach.
Outdated approach, right? It's very good that you describe it as an ambush as well.
Yeah.
Ambush their friends.
Yeah. So you ask me if I still sell Kangen machines. Well, I say I do, but that's not the real thing I do, right? Well, no, it's because I'm not in the retail business, right? And then I think 90% people, they just either I say wrong. I don't mean okay. I could be wrong also, right? This is just my world. Things that work for me, but I just think it's outdated.
Yeah,
right? Everything changes. We have social media today. So many different opportunities. So we have to keep updating. We cannot use the same old way to do business. Yeah.
I also want to ask you, right? Since when you decided to put up a YouTube channel? Since you're in this in this line, networking, network marketing. Then since when you decided, or what inspires you to have this YouTube channel? It's Thomas Yap.
Well,
and also you give some financial literacy. If you want to get your dream car, you calculate your salary, how much should you pay, then whether you can afford to take this or not, right?
Yeah.
It's very good that you literate, like you teach people how to approach money and with getting your own car. So what inspired you from there? Of course, all this while you've been enthusiastic about cars, right? But there are a lot of people enthusiastic about cars that never do anything about YouTube channel, social media, and stuff like that. But what inspires you to have this decision to start up a YouTube channel?
Well, to be honest, I never had big aspirations on my YouTube channel at first. I just
how old is your YouTube channel?
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And okay, so while I did my network marketing business, I was very blessed with the opportunity to work with my mentor to open up the Indian market. My mentor and his son
you
and his
also
family.
traveled to India.
Yeah, and his son.
In your early years, right?
Yeah.
10 years. Yeah.
2015, 2014, right? December, I flew into Goa with my mentor. We met the earliest people there, and we were discussing about opening up India. So January we started lah. It was really tough because I had to juggle between because my mentor already have a nice passive income. I was still actively making money. I had no team. I was doing all the sales myself. See, I'm doing the sales, right? And I was trying to build a team in India. So I had to balance paying my bills and balance building a team. Building team always net loss in beginning one, right? And then I was making my bills, and it was an interesting journey. And first of all, I really give a lot of credit to my mentor and his family because they opened up this opportunity for me. Right, we went to India, we built the business, and I started making a lot of friends in India.
How do you know a mentor?
My dad's friend.
Okay.
My dad's childhood friend actually.
Okay.
His name is Sam, and I knew Sam since I was a baby, kid. So he's a family friend, and then he that's not a long story, but he taught me the ropes, and then I followed him. I think I learned a lot from him, not from what he directly teach me, but watching how he does his business. He taught me a lot. Anyways, so after India was built and it started to fly, right? In 2017, 18, because I always train my team members, and I realized I have a passion for also sharing, teaching, uplifting, right? So I started a training company. MCO took us the hardest. We whacked us until we had to close. Right, we dissolved that company, and then after my company closed, right, in 2020.
Okay.
Then I think it was November. Then I was okay lah. I'm done doing business for a while, I just want to take a break. Right. So I give myself like a holiday. You know how MC we're all cooped up at home, right? Right. And then I just stay at home, do nothing, open. Then I started to enjoy a little bit too much, enjoy alcohol too much. 11 o'clock, popping a champagne. I realized I gotta have something to do. Then thought my passion. I love cars. Why can't I, instead of doing training, right? Training is one of my passion. I do cars. I say, okay, let's try. Then I got a good friend, and I want to thank Bobby Ang and Horizon.
Your channel a lot, Bobby Ang.
Yes, Bobby Ang is the founder of Horizon. It's a online digital media and magazine, and I got to know him through one of the events they run called Evo Enduro. So we drive to Phuket that time for 4 or 5 days, and then we come back.
Okay.
So I sort of became acquaintance with him, got to know him a little bit, and then one day I asked, "Hey, can I be a YouTuber with you and associate with you guys?" He's like, "Yeah, sure, come on." So I started to produce my first few videos, and the rest was history, lah. I think my drive was just cars, but also one thing I realized as a network marketer is that I don't own the company. I don't own Amway, right? You don't own Amway, right? So while you have good cash flow and you can build a good asset, a team, and all your educational stuff, blah blah blah, but ultimately it's not fully yours, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that you pay so little to get in, right? So of course there must be a trade-off, right? But I like network marketing because it gives you the introduction to entrepreneurship without a big sum of money.
Yeah.
And ultimately you figure out, okay, I got to build a brand for myself, right? So I say, okay, what do I love? I love cars. So let's do cars. I also love uplifting others. That's why I'm happy to do a podcast like this, because what I always hope is that, maybe this conversation can help one person.
Yeah.
And if there's help one person, that's good enough. Because how I grew was reading, watching, listening to other people speak, whether it's an offline thing or maybe it's an online thing. Certain conversations changed my life. So I wanted to be able to provide that. So I thought, okay, let's do it. That's how my channel came about lah.
I see.
3 years lah. But without passion, I think YouTube doesn't pay a lot of money. I think you probably experienced that.
YouTube doesn't pay any shit to me.
Not yet lah, not yet. But even if you do, right, it's not a lot. You can't sustain lifestyle just by YouTube ads revenue.
Yeah.
Well, not in Malaysia at least. Number one viewership is low, not as high.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's impossible, but there's a limitation. So but you cannot continue doing if you don't have a passion. When nobody watches your video, nobody wants to, last time I remember I did one video for Rolls Royce, right? Rolls Royce Ghost. I was like, putting so much effort. I came in my suit and everything. I planned the thing. I shot for 3 hours, 4 hours, and then the view was 600. Till today, still 600. Right? If you are so focused on views, you cannot continue doing this one.
Yeah.
You cannot one. Yeah. You will stop.
So it has to this kind of thing, you have to have the enthusiasm and passion.
Passion,
to do it,
the reward should be intrinsic.
There are a lot of like big individuals, such as like Gary Vee, Joe Rogan, or these kind of individuals, right? They always encourage you not to look at the views and the comments and whatever. The first 100 episodes. I always say like that. The first 2 years, first 2 years, don't give a shit about views. Just keep on produce and produce and produce and produce.
Success leaves clues. They are successful people. They leave you some clues.
Yeah.
And I would say that's sort of true. Even for me, I invested so much money in my YouTube channel because I got staff and everything.
Yeah.
And only around I'm very blessed. First of all, I so happen to land in a quite niche market where a lot of my viewers also appreciate that to protect their car and keep their car nice. So I sort of have a very good opportunity to work with XPEL, and still I'm working with XPEL. So thank you so much, XPEL. I'm very blessed to be able to work with them. So I got a very good sponsor on my channel, XPEL. Best PPF coating. They're one of the pioneers in this business.
Yeah, the detailing company.
Detailing. They sell the paint protection film and coating. Detailing. But the point is that I'm so blessed that a Nasdaq listed company, one of the best in the world, the local branch wants to support me in my channel. I'm so blessed. But turns out that
how do you get in touch with them?
I just was a fan. When the XPEL was running an ad in Malaysia, I was like, hey, got XPEL in Malaysia, right? Because it's an international brand. And then I just went and purchased some PPF, and I told the boss, hey, can I video this? And then we just became friends. And then the rest was history. Then more people came. I was happy that I was supporting their business. I didn't ask for any money, but one day it's like, hey, you want to be an ambassador? I was like, are you serious? Like, Me, small guy like this. They say, yeah. I say, oh, and then rest of history. And I'm so happy now today they have a nice outlet in PJ. They're expanding and growing. Yeah.
Where is it in BJ?
I think it's Jalan 227. Near Jalan 222 around the area lah.
I see.
But yeah, that's my channel, and I agree with you. I think around with Joe Rogan and Gary Vee, and I'm still in the baby stages. But yeah, if I really look a bit, 2 years really nothing more. No. Like, and there's some days it's just like, what the heck? Why do this? I tell my I tell my team, I say, why do this? Don't make money also. Then I mean, I'm trying to tell you, I'm not positive every day too. Some days I feel like crap, right? All of us have a crap day, right? And then it's you just keep going. Just keep going, and then you nurture your audience, and the audience like you for. I try to become like a car reviewer, and I realized that I'm not a car reviewer. I'm not Matt Watson, I'm not Bobby Ang, I'm not Chris Wee. I'm Thomas Yap. Then I started to develop my own style of videos that I like to watch myself. Because I try to show up a certain way. So I started to do things my way in a say. It's counterintuitive, but somehow or other we develop a decent audience. It's been a journey. So now I don't label myself as a car journalist. I tell people, journalists, I don't have that kind of history of knowledge to compare myself with Matt Watson, who's very experienced. They have a whole team of research, blah blah blah. But I suppose that they have but I'm just a car enthusiast. I love cars, so let me express my love for my cars. That's it, right? Yeah.
And also, you just started your own podcast channel, right?
Yes.
So
Keep It 100.
What inspires you to have Keep It 100? Keep It 100 talk, right?
Yeah. Okay. This hashtag come kind of interesting.
Yeah. What makes you have this hashtag for?
There's a rap song, hip hop rap song that I listen to a lot. It's from The Game and Drake. It's called 100. The song is really called 100, right? And you know how the American slang, keep it 100, it's like keep it real, keep it 100%, It's about a motto, So when I was starting my network marketing business and I started to grow my team, I always had this song in the background, right? It's like a get in the game anthem. Kind of song, anthem. The other one is a Sky Full of Stars by Coldplay, right? So I always have this anthem right now, and this song was always in the background, right? It's like one part of the song is like, you don't come to my studio with all your bullshit, all that. I'll just ask you to keep it 100, right? That's literally the song, right?
I see.
So keep it 100, keep it real,
100% real.
Keep it real, keep it 100. And I don't think that I'm 100% all the time, but it's about having a goal, having a mindset that trying your best to always strive for 100. So when you're here 100, when your relationship 100, right? And that's pretty much it. Let's keep it 100. And then I started using and I said, hey, why don't we turn this to a brand, right? Because I read about all those brand stories, right? All came from a small idea. I'm like, okay, if I can leave a legacy behind, so to have inspire people to keep it 100 lah. So I keep doing it in my videos. I keep saying in every videos, right? And then it became like a slang. And then I'm like, oh, I didn't intentionally develop this as this. That's a nice, cool way to sign off lah. And then I just kept saying, I said, this is pretty cool. And okay, let's make a podcast talking about keeping it 100. At first, we did a lot of reels, keep it 100 reels. And we said, let's turn into a podcast. And there we go.
I see.
Yeah.
So what makes you want to start this podcast?
As I said earlier, I wanted to bring conversations that matter to people.
Yeah.
But right now, we focus a lot around money and mindset. I think money is such an important topic. We have to talk about this.
You just had your first episode with Sean Tan, right?
Yeah, from Iheng. They call it,
I think it's called Iheng. I always call Iheng as well.
I call him Iheng, and then he didn't. I think no one really bothered. Then later my team members say, "Hey, Thomas, it's Iheng." I said, "Us." Oops. But watching his stuff was pretty good. I love his some of his property reviews. Actually very good. Give you a very dynamic
perspective as a buyer. He will tell you every detail or this, right?
Yes. Very
realistic
good, very
detail.
good. Very realistic detail. I watched like start to the end, certain properties and stuff. Very good stuff, yeah. So did my first episode.
Yeah. How many episodes have you recorded so far?
2. We're gonna have 3 soon this week. I think every week we're gonna put out 1 or 2. 4 episodes already. 4 by end of this week, yeah. So next we have Peter Yong from Mr. Money TV. And then we're starting to also approach our community members in our car groups. talking about how they afford their cars, certain tips they can give,
Yeah.
So upcoming, for example, we're going to talk about if you want a good life, don't save money. Right? Save money is a counterintuitive way,
I see.
learning how to invest, what's investing, like giving a real load up of what investing is and how someone, like, I want to ask important questions. If I only got save 500 ringgit a month, how do I do it? Right? All these things I want to make available for audience. Yeah.
I see. Do you know DSF?
Yes, Daniel Sean
Fernandez.
Fernandez. Yeah.
He
I
came
don't know
to
him
my show,
personally. Oh, nice.
He came and
Yeah.
he sat at your chair
Nice,
before.
nice. Yeah, I read his articles. Yeah, in fact, he did before I bought my spider, he did an article
About
on my spider. Yeah. So that was.
He's a very, very hilarious man. He is, because I love the reason why I invited him, right? Because I've been listening his show called Cruise Control in BFM for the past probably like 5 to 6 years. So one fine day when I have this podcast, right, I just DM him.
Yeah, he said yes.
That's how I DM you only.
Yeah,
the same style.
Yeah.
So he just say, like, of course he has a very slow response. Probably like 1 month later, 4 weeks later, then he only replied to me. I say yes, okay, let's do it. Like, because I've been listening to his show like probably like 5 6 years already. So it's quite a surreal to me to like really talk to him in a person.
Yeah.
So that's why I have started this podcast, right? So I can have a good reason to know people that I'm interested to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a really cool tip. I want the audience to hear this, right?
Yeah.
I want your audience to hear this. That today we live in a world, right? Opportunities are so much more easier. Yet people complain, oh, I can't, this and that. Back in the days, you want to talk to someone like that, like DSF, right?
Yeah.
You have to rub shoulders to get his phone number. And when you call, right? Because that's got no mobile phone, right? You have to call and hopefully pick up his phone at home. Maybe the wife pick up loud, just whatever, right? Today we live in the 21st century, right? And not just 21st, we are now into the social media age and so many ways to make money and so many opportunities out there. It's ridiculous, right?
We are blessed full of opportunities.
Yes, but it's always perspective, right?
Yeah,
it's
always
either is who's seeing it, right? It's not about how much opportunities are there. It's just also who's seeing it. So I really encourage people to take on this example. Like you want to do something, talk to the person. The person say no, okay move on, right? Ask again,
Yeah, I have so many I actually there's nobody rejected me. But a lot of people no reply me. That's why.
Okay, they didn't reject you. They just haven't given you an answer, right?
Maybe they're still thinking about it.
But you don't take it personally. Right? You kept going on. You didn't say like, oh, my podcast is a failure. Right? You didn't do that, right?
I keep going on.
That's the thing. That's mindset, and I believe whether it's entrepreneurship or whatever, that it's not even about having more success. It's like you live happier, right? When you don't let the L's and don't let the no's disturb you, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can feel it. You feel upset for 1-2 minutes, then move on now. Drink a cup of coffee and next, right?
Yeah.
Don't let it define your life.
Don't take it emotionally, personally.
Yes, 100%. So I just want to highlight that. So I went off topic because that's a very important conversation.
Good.
I think people have to be reminded on that. Yeah. So whatever L or no's you're facing today,
might be just probably like 1 or 2 minutes of your time only to have that kind of feeling, but overall, you have to keep on moving.
Yeah.
Forward.
Yeah. Hey, also same thing. We texted and he said, okay, yeah, sure. Oh, really? Okay. That's Mr. Money. And then, oh yeah, let's do. Okay, let's do it. Right, that's it.
So those are the guests that not from your contact list.
No, just like you. So I when you texted was awesome. I was like, oh, I want to give back. I have conversations. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but this is the world we live in. It's
sure.
Stranger become friends in just like that.
Yeah. But who are the guests wish list for you?
Wish list,
Yeah.
I don't
that you
really...
wish to have the local guests, right? If let's say they are listening, or let's say whatever it is, you wish them or he or her in your podcast channel.
I don't have a particular person's name, but I want to talk to people who have some really great stories around money, right? About money and mindset. So I don't really have one per se. So even entrepreneurs, investors, I don't really have a specific person. Sorry, I don't have. But I want to bring, and it's not about the personality, right? About how many followers they have. Also, of course, that helps. Vanity metrics help, and also they have an audience. It helps the podcast. But I think, for example, I want to find somebody who does a lot of charity work.
Yeah.
Raise money for charity.
Yeah.
Someone who's in the trenches.
Yeah.
There helping people. I would love to talk to someone who does soup kitchen. Like why the heck would they spend time and money and dedicate their whole life to do soup kitchen, for example? Like I want to talk to someone like that.
Like a.a.a, right?
Like a.a. A.k.a. is a Buddhist foundation, right? But there are also, I don't know, like I read about Uncle Kentang, right? Uncle Kentang, for example, right? That's another. I don't know much about him, but I read about him. I said, this guy's a hero, man. He even set up hotlines for people who are so underprivileged. They need mental. They need someone to talk to because they're in debt and they feel so hopeless. And he will get someone to pick up the phone and talk to someone. With whatever resource he has, he tries his best. And then he raised money for ambulance to help people. I mean, these are national heroes, unsung heroes, right? I would love to talk to these people, about what they do. And I want to use the platform to ask people to donate to his cause. For example, right? Others, I want to talk to people who made it, who, for example, I'm talking to Equity Tracker. They are fund managers and also they educate people. Like Andrew Elvin's a friend of mine.
Who's Andrew?
Andrew Wong, and
Wong?
I'm not too close with him. I'm closer to his brother Elvin. They are the founder of he's the chief futures officer for Equity Tracker, and then we have Elvin is the I think group CEO. Sorry if I butcher it, but I see Elvin as a friend, car guy first, right? He's a guy with the Lotus, right? And then there's a guy with the Audi R8, right? He's a car guys like that, right? So, but we got to know his wife was actually my ex-colleague. We used to work together in Traders Hotel. So we sort of got acquainted through that. My partner also studied under Equities Tracker, one of their investment programs. So we got to know each other, we chat, and then we share. He shares a lot of passion in trading, investing. So we so happen to connect. And I just say, hey, would you mind to tell people a little bit more about investing? So, but Andrew is into his brother. Apparently is very knowledgeable about crypto, like where crypto came about. He was studying it since the early days where Bitcoin was $200, something like that, or whatever. Right. Yeah. So I want to bring someone like that in the channel, to talk about certain topics. For example, like crypto is so hyped up right now. A lot of people don't know what it is. I don't even understand entirely about it.
I still have no idea what the hell is that.
Yeah. I still make money, but sometimes I still learn so much about it, right? It's a journey, So I want to bring someone like him, share more about it, where he came about, why investing, why crypto, blah, 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 stories lah.
Yeah.
But I guess now I'm talking to you, maybe all those are my wish list. Yeah, those are my wish list. But
I see.
Those are my wish list actually. Yeah.
Basically, it's more your channel is more focusing on in terms of financial literacy as well.
My beginning campaign is yes. I think I'm always going to champion mindset and money because I have a passion for mindset. Like what makes people take, what decisions did they make? How do they see the world? How do they see people? How do they see money? How do they see failure? How do they see success? Right? All right. Those are the things I want to talk about. But money so happen to be the byproduct conversation. I think it's an urgent conversation to have lah. So I want to focus on this for the next 6 months. Yeah.
What's the frequency like for your podcast? Will it be like bi-weekly, weekly, or
every week?
Every week.
We aim to post every Thursday. So we want to do we're doing podcasts. So we bring guests in for a full podcast. We also do one segment where I answer my viewers' questions. So it's not really I guess it's a podcast in a way. I read questions, I answer. Another podcast. And hopefully in the future I can do live calls and people call in and talk to them. Yeah. Because I like to think that I can when we talk, right? When we talk, we always expose new angles. Yeah. And talking is not about finding a solution. Talking, I think, right, the best way of talking is to actually try to increase your perspective. New perspective leads to new decisions. Right? So for example, coffee. If your perspective coffee is all bitter, for example, then you only see one dimension of coffee, right? Yeah. Then when you started to learn coffee got so many different notes, right? Then you start seeing, oh, maybe I should explore this process, or maybe I should explore that grinder, or maybe use filter, maybe I use... You see, perspective changes everything, right? Yeah. So it's not about what machines you need to use. The perspective will open up the machine. Like for me, like I like aerobic stuff, right? I like all the funky stuff, right? Right? I like all the... I know some people, they're like, brother... What's that, brother? The meme, the imam meme.
Yeah, no.
Brother, What's that, brother? Ew. I, I like those stuff, right? I never knew I like it, but when I tasted it, I was like, oh. Then I started to talk to you.
It changed your perspective of coffee.
Correct.
Then I changed the perspective of your coffee again.
Yeah, right. But that's what life is, right? Life is about your life is limited to your perspective.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right. If you think, for example, I give you a very simple, relatable. Some of you maybe you probably dated before, right? And then
Yeah, of course.
all of us have heartbreak. If you keep the perspective, for example, my first perspective, women are dangerous.
Yeah.
If I keep the perspective, right, then what do I do? Either I never date again, or maybe I will take advantage first before you take advantage of me, right? I make sure I control you so you don't control me. I keep a distance. We date, but you see, it's not what I do is the problem. It's the perspective.
Yeah, keep your mind open.
Correct.
Keep your mind open.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the most dangerous thing I think a human can do is when they don't want to open their mind anymore.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Like people PM me and say, hey, I want to learn about network marketing, right? This person, this lady said, oh no, I learn about your business. I say, sure, I'm open, right? Here's my webinar. Take a look. Nothing to sell, nothing to buy. Okay, take a look. If it's for you, you will know it's for you. Then you will talk about it later on.
Yeah.
Right? And I say, oh, I'm taking a break on network marketing. Okay. I mean, I respect her choice, right? But how do we open up new avenues? Like for me, in my way of network marketing, you come to my webinar, nothing to buy one, nothing to sell one, no product to buy or sell one. You want, you buy, but that's not the whole point. I'm finding the right business partners. I'm finding people who I can craft them a story, or craft them a plan, how to make money in this business. If you want, we execute the plan. Like a real consultant, right? So, but they have this perspective that, oh, network marketers want to sell me. See, if you lock that mindset, right, you cannot expand anymore.
Agree.
Right? I got people who hate network marketing. They don't like, they write it off. Then they come to me and then they see, oh, no wonder. Within first 5 months, got the product for free. Within 9 months, made 18,000 ringgit. Right? And these are people who actually had a poor perspective, but the only difference is not about where they came from, is were they open? Right? The question is, were they open? I think anything in life, whether it's coffee, whether it's money, whether it's network marketing, whether it's cars, even cars. Some people are so fixated in like the only way to go faster is to get more horsepower, right?
Yeah.
Right? Everyone is fixated in a perspective. While there's nothing wrong, we need a perspective. Without perspective, we have no grounds of operation.
Yeah.
But we need to open up and allow new perspective to come. I'm still open. I'm still learning. I still have a mentor for network marketing. Right? I'm still always learning. I got a mentor for YouTube channel, for media. Bobby's my mentor. I talk to him a lot. Nicholas is one of them as well. I always trying to learn something, right? Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
My last question. What's your next car?
Oh.
The one that unwrapped? No. Let's
The
not talk
Italian,
about. No. Let's not talk about that.
But
You're going to
very
unveil
nice.
yourself. You're going to talk about that yourself. But what about the one is not in your?
It's very funny though.
Your car garage yet?
Yeah. Actually, this is the first time, right? My garage, right? I feel, except for the new one coming in, that was more like a wild card, right? But I every time I say I want something, then I look at my garage and I say I'm genuinely satisfied. I look at it, I'm like, I don't want to remove anything or add anything new at this moment, lah. But if there is one more car that I think I want to make space for, is actually, it's a bit torn, right?
Discovery.
You know how every car,
let me guess.
that one restoration, yeah. But if I have a car that I really want to own and I learn to develop a love for the brand, it's actually Ferrari. I didn't grow up immediately liking Ferrari like a lot of people, right? It's actually Ferrari. I like the 599 Fiorano, the V12, and it's just so sexy. The front just dives down. Oh, I tell you, the one, feel your legs weak when you see it. Then the rear got flying buttress, the rear. Oh my gosh, I tell you, when Italians design things, you really stirs your soul. I mean, I show Coffee Machine the same thing, right? Some of the Italian, like Rocket, right? People love the design of the Rocket and the way it touches the robustness of the metal and the knobs and everything, right? There's something how Italian creates something, a lot of passion.
Yeah.
So the 599 is one of them, but probably it's not that reliable, right? And some friends who own it tell me, okay, some people say very reliable, some people say not reliable, but not the best driving experience. But the looks for me is like it's not that hot girl you have in high school.
Yeah.
That she's like super sexy. It's the kind of girl that maybe she wears her glasses and jeans. She's pretty looking, but always hype behind it. But the more you spend time with her, the more you say, "Wow, this girl is really, really pretty." And right, for example, that's the 599. But I'll never own it because is that I don't like the driving experience. It ends at the
You
looks.
tried that before?
Yeah. This ends at the looks. Then there's a F12, the predecessor, the one that comes after is the F12. The looks for me is like a reduction because I like cars that are very smooth, very feminine, a lot of curves and curves
yeah.
like not the Lamborghini or Lamborghini
Angles,
is like
it's all about angles.
angles, sharp,
angles,
open the door, close like that, inside like a cockpit, you know. I personally, I don't like Lamborghini. Sorry, Lamborghini drivers. I cannot find myself. I've driven a couple of them. I cannot love it. But I understand why people love it. It's just like I prefer anaerobic. You don't like anaerobic. And that's it, right? So no offense to it. I just personally don't like it, right? They're fast. They're good, right? Just never really capture my heart, right? But Ferraris, in a way, they're very sexy. So they used to have these sexy lines. F12 have a lot of it. Starting to lose a bit, but it's still quite nice. But the problem about F12 is that there's no convertibles. I love convertibles, especially when you got a beautiful V12 engine. You
want to hear the sound.
Wow. I mean, you can still hear it, you know. But imagine, I mean, for me, cars are not limited to just Malaysia anymore. A car must take me to Thailand, take me to the northern regions where you're among the clouds and it's cold. Then you put the top down and then you drive and then you don't have to drive fast. Oh, right. It's like non-stop pleasure for like hours and hours, right? But F12 doesn't have it. But I think I like the F12. I like the way it looks. But if I were to be very bold, maybe an 812. 812 is the next one after the F12. V12 also, stupid power, 800 plus, I think 800 horsepower or whatever, but no one cares about it anymore because it looks, okay, the looks, I don't quite like it anymore. Now they lost the looks. They become a bit more dramatic with the holes and angles a bit. But it has a convertible GTS.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I was blown away when Henry Catchpole showed that you can drop the rear window so you can let the exhaust air come in without dropping the top. So what if some days it's too hot, but you still want to hear the exhaust? So you can have a compromise. You drop the rear and you get the exhaust in while being in shaded, right? Oh, it's like, oh, this one I really rachun, man. But yeah, if there's a car, that'd be it, I guess. But you know, car is like 3 million something, you know, ringgit. With crazy duties if you want to bring
full
in
tax, 3 million.
tax, I think around there. Even the non-convertible, there's one for sale for like 1.6 mil before duties. Even if I can buy it, it's like, well, if you have 1.6 million, would you put it in the car? Your legs, even if you have it, right? You would think like 3, 4. I wouldn't. I have a rule that I spend around 20-30% of my life on my earnings on cars. Yeah, but you know, one day, yeah.
Who knows,
yeah.
right? Never say no. What? Where's the longest distance that you've driven before?
Chiang Mai, Mae Hong Son, Nan.
There's like Chiang Mai is probably like 12 hours from here, right?
No,
18.
Chiang Mai, 2 days, man. 2 days to get there. My longest. Okay, I did my craziest thing last year.
With what car?
With the Alpine.
Alpine,
yeah.
This is really fairly recent.
Huh?
Recent?
Reason?
Recently?
Last year, December, yeah.
Last year.
December,
recently?
yeah. 4-5 months ago. So 4 months ago, April, 5 months ago, yeah. So I drove one day, we went straight to Hua Hin. From KL to Hua Hin. Hua Hin is just before Bangkok. That's around 1,200 kilometers. We drove from 8 in the morning until like 1 midnight.
Let's see. That's crazy.
And the next day,
1,200 in a day.
And then have to go through customs,
crazy,
customs and stuff like that. So it slows everything down. And then from Hua Hin, we drove all the way to Chiang Mai in the second day. And then we started leaving Hua Hin around 10 o'clock. And we arrived at...
Hua Hin is like the east coast of Thailand, right?
No, Hua Hin is south of Bangkok. It's the, the peninsula coming down to Malaysia, the skinny part. Prachuap Khiri Khan, Hua Hin is there.
I see.
Yeah, so right before Bangkok. So there, and then we went to Chiang Mai.
That's another how many hours?
That one we started 10 o'clock, we arrived at 1 o'clock or so.
1 a.m.
Yeah, 1 a.m. or so. Yeah.
So it's like 15 hours.
15 hours. Yeah. Non-stop driving. And then crazy. The mistake we did last time was that I didn't start early. I was trying to coax a friend into following me. A good friend of mine, Bowin. If you're listening, best thing ever, right? Yeah. So I was planning to do it alone, but then we thought it'd be fun. Because.
But how come you have this idea to drive all the way to Chiang Mai?
we have this thing called the Iron Butt in Evo Enduro, right? Evo
Iron
Enduro
Butt.
is a thing we do every year, and we drive to Thailand, right? So this year we're planning again. Iron Butt are the people who drive like above 1,000 kilometers. Means they drive like crazy one, right? So most people will do like 7 hours rest, 7 hours rest. So I did the Iron Butt, right? So every year there's always a few Iron Butt legends. I was like, I want to be one of those guys, right? So I said, okay, Malaysia to Hua Hin, whack then Hua Hin, then we have oh sorry, like a hall of fame, of people who did it, So that's it. But I just wanted the experience, and yeah, we did it,
How many kms in total? The back and forth.
The whole thing, the whole journey, I think 6,200 kilometers.
6K, right? Around that.
6,200 kilometers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was amazing. Twisty roads, straight roads, kampongs. and stuff, yeah.
Within like 4 days, I was assuming.
No lah. We spent a good 2 weeks.
Oh, 2 weeks,
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Because some days we just sit down and don't drive, Some days we drive a lot, so sit down and drive. But yeah. That's the
When you
longest.
reach in Thailand, right? Do you send it to have a check or no? Trustworthy in Malaysia.
Well, I mean the service interval is within still its time, unless you drive a mini classic, which you have to change all every 3,000, for
Yeah,
example. But
yeah.
but now you can just keep driving. I mean, that's why the preparation is there. It's not just a
Before
journey
the-
that you just jump on the car and go. You need to make sure you. So Evo Enduro taught me so much more about cars. I'm going to make sure how's my cooling system working, how my pipes doing, they check it, so on and so forth, right? So yeah, we have to make sure our cars. That's why I never buy a 599, for example, because that car can't take me to Thailand. And also it cannot lah, but based on reviews and based on what people say, right? It sounds like it's not a car that I will take a risk. Maybe it can, maybe it cannot. I don't like maybes. I don't want my holiday to be
It's
ruined.
too risky for maybes, man.
Yeah, I don't want my holiday to be ruined by a maybe, right? I want a car that takes me there and back. That's why we love Porsches. Porsches are so reliable. I kick the dog shit out of my car, and my car still give me no problem, sir. I will still keep going. The Porsches are amazing, especially the sports cars. The sports cars are more reliable than the SUVs and the daily cars, right? Not all of them, I'm sure, but most Porsche owners, they really whack their car. I rev it up to the red line every weekend. And not a problem. But of course, I do like my advanced, I
proper
change
maintenance,
things.
all this.
Yeah, I always send it to check a little bit, send, check, right? Yeah.
But I believe throughout the journey in Thailand, right, there are a lot of village roads.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no such thing north-south highway or this, right? I believe. Yeah.
There are a lot of A roads.
Yeah.
We call it A roads. Means it's like a main road.
Yeah.
They don't have a lot of highways.
Yeah, they don't have a lot. There's a
Yeah.
lot of potholes and this and that, especially when it's in a
Actually,
small
no.
town. Not much.
Not much. I tell you, the A roads and the highways are smooth. Not only no potholes, the highway is smooth. You know how we have a lot of ding ding, right?
Yeah.
This one is just smooth. Like from Bangkok to Chiang Mai, that highway going north, smooth. Like it's so smooth, right? I feel bored. I feel bored. They're so good. Their roads are really good. Generally, their roads are better than Malaysia, right? Actually, Malaysia isn't that bad too. Actually, you think Malaysia bad, and then you go to like certain countries like Italy and stuff, then you see, okay, actually we are not so bad, right? Yeah. We have occasional potholes here and there. It's tough in Malaysia because we are a tropical country, right? And a lot of lorries going around, so we break a lot of roads, But yeah, actually it's actually on general, it's way better than Malaysia.
I see.
Yeah. And the views there are amazing. The thing about Thai people is that they're very I think it's because I actually interviewed my friend actually asked the lady who's one of the ex-call in Chamber of Commerce in Thailand, Northern Thailand, and her name is Poi. She runs a beautiful cottage. Shout out to her, a beautiful cottage up in Mae Hon Son. It's called Sang Poi Cottage, named after her. One of my favorite cottage.
When you were there
I was
last
there. I
December.
always want to stay there. 2 times already I stayed there. All right. So she's the one of the ex-co of the Northern Chamber of Commerce in
I
Thailand.
see.
So she said the thing is the Buddhist culture. It's a lot of like, don't worry too much, focus on today, yesterday has passed. So they're very hippie kind of like behavior. So out of nowhere you drive, you find a pondok. And the reason why the pondok open there is not a business idea that, okay, we got to make sure study how people come, how much I can make. No, it's just like the view is amazing. Let's open a shop here. That's it. Then you got this little shop with the most breathtaking view out of freaking nowhere, right? And that's why I love Thailand in that sense, right? And drivers are so courteous. Not all of them are, but drivers are typically a lot more courteous. You put a signal, the car behind will give you space. Sometimes the car in front will move forward so you can go in. You know,
Yeah.
here you put signal. Hey, no. So here you have a secret technique. You start to turn first. Then only when you almost go, only put signal, right? You say, hey, I put signal. Right? You know, but yeah, Thailand is much more nicer to drive. Yeah, food's amazing. People are nice. People are welcoming, and there is every day out of 10 people I meet in Thailand, at least 8 to 9 people are happy.
Good and happy.
Either they're happy, but I barely see anyone like pissed off. Like maybe 3 days I meet one person. The 2 person that is not happy, they're neutral. Right? Here you come in the shop, it's like, hey, what you want? Which is what's missing in the service culture in Malaysia, because I come from service industry also.
Yeah.
You can beat your competitors just by being more serviceable.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
People come to your shop, hey, it's your first time here. Right? I tell people, wouldn't it be nice if you open a coffee shop or open anything, right? Rather than asking them, how many people was, I said, is it your first time here? I said, been here before. Oh, great. Can I show you our latest menu? Right? Oh, I haven't been here before. Oh, can I show you the latest menu? Right? Service, right? Service, right?
Yeah.
The culture is not there, you know. I feel like,
I mean, the culture in terms of Thai people, hospitality, they are well known in worldwide.
Absolutely.
We all have to agree on that. That's why they are one of the most busiest. Bangkok is one of the most busiest airport in the world.
Yes.
In terms of tourism.
Suvarnabhumi is amazing,
it's
man.
one of the busiest, man. So, do you plan to drive further than Chiang Mai?
Yes, one of my dreams in my life is to drive
to
Europe.
Laos?
No, Europe.
All the way to Rio.
Oh, Europe, yeah. So I actually have initial thought to restore a Defender. A Discovery. Because my dad we grew up in Discovery, the first gen. We had a duck, they call it ngap si cheng, the duck shit green, right? Duck shit green. They call it duck shit green, right? But it's the dark green one. I want to restore one of that, and then
you have that?
No, father sold the car already.
Okay.
But I want to restore it.
You want to buy one and then
buy one and make it up and drive it all the way there. But a part of me also wants to take my Spider all the way there. Yeah. Yeah. Drive it. I probably have to figure out how to race my car, figure out to go through China, because China has different rules of cars going through and everything. It's been a very intricate process. But let's say within the next 5 years, one of my dreams is to take my dream car all the way to Stuttgart. So go back to Porsche Museum, right? Right? And then go to Nürburgring. Ask the Porsche guys to service with the Malaysian number plate. And then
do some vlog with it.
Yeah. And then maybe go through like some beautiful countries like Estonia, you know, all this.
That will probably take like 3 months.
No, it's probably gonna be a 6 months to 8 months project, 9 months. And then right before going up to Norway, I want to change to like winter tires. And then capture Northern Lights with my Spider with my Malaysian number plate. Take that picture, you know, top down, driving in the cold. and then go to UK, visit my old school, go to Switzerland, visit my old school in my Malaysian car, you know, and then go down to Spain. Oh gosh, Portugal, Spain.
When do you plan to execute this?
Within the next 5 years, probably. The thing is, I can go alone, but I know this is also one of my. I could go alone, but I want to do it with my friend Bobby. You know, Bobby has grown more to be than just a partner. I do. Yeah. He's a dear friend of mine, family friend. And I know his dream is to do that. So I want to do it together with him and a couple of other car guys who are crazy enough to do this. And not just take any car. Take a sports car and do it. You know, because people done it really. Take Hilux to go lah, take motorbike go lah, take Ganjo go lah, take whatever. Got done already. But who takes a freaking sports car and do that, right? Right? That'll be a challenge because, you know, terrains are harsh. Different. Right? Yeah. Different, right? And then you probably take a car that you don't mind totaling, right? This one, you have to jaga your car as you go there, right? You know, so I probably have to learn how to raise my car height, so on and so forth, everything. But yeah, it's a dream. And, you know, since we're here we have our cameras on, and make a wish list is that I wish that I can not only do this, but I can do something charitable. So for example, like, you know, we did this last year. We went to I wouldn't say it's not an orphanage, but it's a place where they take care of they give care to childs. I think it's orphanage mix also, but there are also orphans there. But it's called Good Samaritan Home. We took them to Twin Towers. Some of them have never been there before. We took all the car guys took one person, one kid. Yeah, we took them out there. Then we give them
performance cars.
performance cars.
Yeah.
Like, we've got Aventados, Boxsters.
Oh, the kids are probably very
Yes,
happy,
yes.
to
We took
see
them
all
to
this,
Aston Martin showroom.
Yeah.
Let them see Aston Martin in the flesh. Let them see Bentley in the flesh. Who knows? Maybe ignite some of them to become a car mechanic or become a car enthusiast in the future, right?
Yeah.
And then we give them financial literacy training, and then we send them home. It was a great. So I want to maybe one of the wishes I want to do is not only that. I wish that maybe several cities we pass by, we rally all the car enthusiasts to do that one day thing. Maybe we stop at Shanghai, right? And Shanghai, we find maybe the people who are underprivileged, and we call the car community in Shanghai. I'm sure there's a lot of rich people there, and they want to cause a difference for the kids, right?
Yeah.
And what I hope is to maybe they can create bonds, right, with the children, and the children need help when they graduate from school. I can't find a job. Maybe this guy who's very influential can bring a few guys, they can get a job. But anyways, I want to do that all the way. I want to do it that not only it's just a trip for me, but I can go every city to do something positive, right? So that's my goal to do it with a good friend, and also to make an impact with certain people. Yeah,
That's impressive, man.
yeah.
Such a good
Wish
idea.
list.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wish that started with wish list.
Yeah.
Then next
yeah.
will be
Bobby,
execution.
faster get ready, bro. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's build our business. I also want to support Bobby in a sense so he can develop the kind of business that he get the freedom to go and do this too, right? So he's very passionate in media and he's growing his team, but this will mean 6 months of not doing anything, right?
Yeah, everything have to leave to the team.
Probably need to get sponsors so that he can get sponsored, for example. I don't know, but we can sponsor this whole project, So yeah, this is what I love to do. I think about it is like, that's one thing I like to do. Is
For the love of the cars and for the passion of the cars.
yeah. Then drive all the way to Spain and then ship it back to Malaysia. Then you know what? When you park the car back home, you look at the car, you're like, man, this same car was in Stuttgart. I was running around Nürburgring, I was at the Northern Lights, and then I was back in my school, both in Bournemouth and then both in Switzerland, in La Roche, in Bruges, and then in Scotland, and then it was in Spain, and then it was there, and then today it's in Genting Highlands. Like, wow.
That's really cool, man.
Yeah, that's my dream. That's my dream.
Surreal
Yes,
feelings. Yeah.
These are things that I
Do you
think.
plan to do all these like the shorter trip for the next probably like few months or next coming years?
Shorter
I mean,
trips?
right now you're talking about Europe, right?
Yeah.
Probably like 9 months.
Yeah.
Next 5 years. What about before that? Do you plan to do any shorter trips?
Thailand is always in the list every year.
You do
Maybe
that
we want to
every year?
try Laos
Yeah.
this year, but I think we're doing a little bit of research on Laos. But that will be interesting. Go in Laos or maybe go to Siem Reap. Go to Cambodia. Because I mean, without boring you the details, we want to make sure the trip is also enjoyable. That's one thing. But I do also like traveling to a certain country, flying there, and then renting a car and drive. So this year, I'm flying over to Japan
Okay.
to our annual convention for our Enagic company. So be in Okinawa. Then after that, we will go back to Japan, and then I like to rent a MX-5.
MX-5.
Yeah, and go to Hakone. The
that-
initially roads. I'm gonna drive for those roads.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
And then go to Izu Peninsula. It's not that famous. Then go to Fuji. So do a
I
little
see.
Japan tour. Yeah. So every year I aim to do at least one of these little trips. Last
see.
year I did Las Vegas. I did
But Japan is like Japanese words though. The
yeah,
signage.
yeah.
You okay with that?
We say
You wouldn't.
okay one.
How bad can it be, right?
I think if we I learned this from Alex STM Rock. He's this crazy guy who flew into Buenos Aires, right? All the way south of South America, right?
South America, yeah.
And then he go to the most southest point of South America, and he rode his bike all the way to Alaska, the most top part of America, and he did it in 70 days. Not knowing what to expect, not knowing whether it's danger or not. Now I know it's a bit crazy. He's extreme, right? And but it's like you can either think that things can be dangerous or you think that you'll be fine, right? Either way, you're going to be right? I'm not saying that the danger is not there. It's just that you have to embrace the unknown, So I think I'll be fine. I mean the risk I'm taking is so low, Japanese people are say. I mean they're
so
more
good.
orderly,
So more polite and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're more orderly and polite, And I mean, you ask me to drive in Vietnam, maybe I'll think twice, But no offense to my Vietnamese friends, but man, the way you guys handle traffic, man, I salute you guys, man. I salute you guys. Not for me, right? So yeah, I think I'll be fine. Got Google and I learn a bit of Japanese. Watashi wa Nihongo hanashimasu. Sukuji hanashimasu. Ramen, udon, sukumen.
Yamaha,
Yamaha,
Kawasaki.
Mitsubishi, Mazda. Oh yeah. I like going on these trips where I don't know what to expect. Just drive, and then we're going to this peninsula called Izu.
Izu.
It's like a little peninsula, got hot springs, got fisherman village. I don't know what to expect. Then just rolling up in a small little shop, mom and pop shop, and eat something.
Yeah.
We did that in Greece. I drove down south, no plan. All I got to know is I got to be at this place by this time. Everything in between, we just
go and explore.
yeah,
Just go and explore.
found some of the most amazing roads. I drove a Fiat 500. We reached down to this place called Leonidas because it just sounds cool. Like, why are you going there? Oh,
What, Spartan?
so that's Sparta, right? It's by the seas. But this is where the Persians came. I don't know. Maybe it's right. I don't know. I just went there. And then you cut through the mountain. It took us up to like, wow, we climbed like 1.5 hours up the mountain and then 1.5 hours down the mountain. And every single minute
with
was
cars or
beautiful.
with
the Fiat 500. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Small little Fiat 500, 60 horsepower.
500, yeah.
You know, just like little car, and then just amazing experience. It was so scary because every corner, right, there's no barrier like Malaysia, you know. Then you fall down, the mountain is like 2,000 kilometers down, you know, right? So every corner is like, don't look down, you know. And then, but that's for me what I like about holidays, vacations. You know, I that's my type of holiday. No plan, nothing. You know, just some milestones and figure out everything in between. Yeah, so that's what I do every year, lah. Find a
I
country,
think
drive.
because of this kind of mindset you're having, right?
Yeah.
You're suitable for the mindset of like entrepreneurs.
I think it's all.
You just set your goals.
Yeah.
In between, you just make it.
Yeah.
That's how it is, right?
I think it's more than just entrepreneur. I think anything in life, right? You want to score A, for example. Set a goal. It's A, right? And then you figure out what's the milestones in between, right? You know, it's the big to small picture, right? You know, big to small. You know, what's your goal, right? Maybe you're watching this. That's why I do all my financial calculation for cars. I know a lot of people. You know, internet is a very interesting place. A lot of netizens and trolls, right? And they say, oh, you can do this, blah 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 blah. But for me, it's like I'm trying to demonstrate to people. First, you must find out what's your goal. Then you reverse engineer, right? That's pretty much it. You say, okay, I got to make additional 10,000 ringgit a month. Okay, what can you do? You don't know yet? Step one, go discover, right? Anything. I think anything in life requires you that you set goal. And the funny thing is that, not funny thing, this is the reality. People, okay, I say this with a lot of compassion. I think a lot of people don't know how powerful we are as humans. I'm not saying this try to brush you up or blow smoke up your ass or anything, but every human has, and I heard this from Eric Worre, he's the guy I listened for about network marketing, but every living thing grows. That's the nature of living things. A puppy becomes a dog, a kitten becomes a cat, and then a chili seed becomes a chili plant, right? Humans also grow. But the only difference between us and plants and all of that is with the dignity of choice. You get to choose. And whatever we choose, so we grow into that. And that's our superpower. That's, if you think about that, that is our real superpower. If you choose that, subconsciously or consciously make a decision, I'll always be poor. I'll never get the car I want. Then it will be a story that you told and it become true. Because inside that story, I will be poor. When someone flashed you an opportunity in front of you, you will not take it.
You will not take
I'm a
it.
failure. I will never succeed. Someone say, I will support you, bro. I like what you do. I'll support you. You will not take it, or you take it and you sabotage it. Right? But you have to choose. So setting a goal is in a way enacting your power of choice. So I don't care where you're from. I know there's circumstances I cannot fathom to understand. Some people don't have. Some people are more unfortunate. I won't say unfortunate. It's different circumstances like that they have more financial trouble. Maybe they have lost a limb or something. I don't know. But I still think that we get to choose. That is something that we are given that other living things don't. And if we embrace that, we are the most powerful. We got everything we need to create the life that we want.
Humans have this capability of self-awareness.
Yes.
So we can change our perspective, where other animals just relying on the basic instincts. When the fear comes, when I smell something,
the machine.
I'm hungry. You know, so they just go for hunt. But human can plan. Because of self-awareness. Because we are aware that what might happen tomorrow. We are aware, because of past history, we are aware of what happened to us, so we can plan for tomorrow. I believe that's what differentiates us between humans and animals. You know, other sentient beings.
Setting a goal, creating a future is also a choice. It's a decision also, right? Because if where we are here today is a sum of all our choices, that's how powerful decisions are. Who says we can't make a new set of decisions tomorrow? Your past doesn't define you. You can always make a new set of decisions moving forward, right? That's always in our hands. No one has taken it away from you, right? The problem is we start living like animals. I don't mean it in the most degrading way. We start, I would say animals, they react like you say, they don't have, they just react instinct, one thing to another, one thing to another.
They react instead of proact.
Correct.
Yeah, they reactive instead of proacting.
Yeah,
proactive.
Take a step back, take a look, getting perspective, getting awareness, talking to mentors. Now, big tip lah. Don't want to save time, talk to mentors. Talk to people who have made something that you wanted to make, right? Because they have made all the mistakes and they've climbed out of it, right? Shortcut, buying time. That's buying time. Buying a mentor is buying time.
Yeah, shortcut. Yeah, that's also what my apprentices and my students also ask me about this. Am I suitable for this class or that class, right? When I started, I took a long cut, man. A long cut that probably like I want to learn something. I started my barista journey like probably like 11 years ago, where Instagram just launched. YouTube, not much of coffee content. There are a lot of other contents, but not for coffee. So I took a long ass cut, man. So when people join the class, right? So because of that, I was so frustrating to self-taught and self-learning. Because of this idea, because of this frustration, I came up and start my own class at the coffee school. And when students came to me, I always remind them, you can always self-taught on. You can always learn from YouTube based on today's standard. But if you compare it to where I started, right, you should have the opportunity. You should have the opportunity to have 3 times faster of learning, 4 times of faster learning because of different. Right now, we are so blessed of a lot of coffee content in YouTube and also in Instagram and Xiaohongshu and TikTok as well. So it's totally different, right? Whatever I learned 2 years when I started, probably 2 months of your worth of time in the current situation. So it's always like that. Yeah.
So you can like it's like people are buying time, right? The time that you could have spent.
People are buying my class.
Yeah.
Literally, it is buying my experience.
Yes.
Whatever I've gone through, right? Please don't do like that. I've gone through that shit before.
Yeah.
Please don't do this. Don't buy this kind of machine if you want looking for this kind of a result. I bought that machine before.
Right? If I knew you earlier, you would tell me, don't bother with the Rocket Espresso TCA, right? Because I like the anaerobic stuff. I need to have pre-infusion. So I cycle myself to thinking that, but then now you told me, hey, this machine can do pre-infusion. I didn't know that, right? The simple things as just coffee machine choice.
Yeah.
Right? Already avoid a mistake, which is a difference between thousands of ringgit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agree.
Yeah.
But anyway, thanks for coming. We are hitting at 1 hour and 30 minutes. Yeah,
Walao
playing behind, man.
Sorry.
So no problem, man. But anything else to share?
I think, if you guys are from what I experienced here looking around, Dennis is really passionate about coffee. I think check out one of the classes. I'm looking to check out one of your classes one day. I got this machine. I know how to use it. So I'm gonna
sure.
Check out your next class.
Where
do you find your class?
I would like to come to your place, check out your machine, and also check out your class, man. How about that?
Can. Let me know when is your next class. I'd love to join as a participant. You know?
Sure, man.
And then probably gather a few people from my audience who likes coffee.
Yeah.
Come and learn how to make coffee. Because now every time I feel like I look at the apartmento, I'm like, this morning I did one time. I rushed the thing. I didn't heat up the head, right?
Shit.
They come out like,
watery one.
Ooh, brother. It's okay. I'm going to a nice place today. It was so bad. I was like, I bought a nice coffee beans from 1/2. Expensive beans. 1/2 like Ethiopian. So I rushed it. And I was like, I'm gonna go. Then like, oh my god, it tastes so bad. It's like lukewarm water in my mouth. I was like, oh, so bad, right? I got this like thick clay cup also, right? So anyways, the espresso tasted like crap lah. So I want to learn more about coffee.
Sure, man.
In fact,
I'm happy to host you.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem, man.
And then maybe you can, maybe anyone watching, if you want to get coffee, he could go for hours. So he even before I met him, he's already talking we were talking for
already
at least half an hour of like non-stop
having
exchange.
some romantic chat
about coffee, right? Then he's like, you're going to get more machines. Don't worry, you'll get. I said, no, I'm stuck to my rocket. Don't worry, you'll get more one.
You have more solution to solve
all the coffee problems
along the way.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's it. And I think for my personal message to everyone is start practicing your dignity of choice. Even
Yeah.
if it's not something big, start something small.
Yeah.
You may feel powerless in changing anything in your life, but start something small, right?
Mm.
Accept the reality where you are and start something small. Maybe it's your weight loss, maybe it's just choosing to drink more water and having a decision that I'm going to be healthier by the end of this year. I'm going to lose, like, make a goal, right? We can have goals because time passes like that.
Yeah.
We cannot change how fast time goes or how slow. We can't negotiate with time, but at least what we can do is decide where we're going within those time.
Yes.
Right. So my urge to my viewers is just decide. Right. And don't worry about the rest. People will like, dislike. People will say something about your choices. You may fail. You may succeed. You may meet very bitter people. You may meet people who take advantage of you.
Yeah.
But never stop practicing your power of choice. It's always there. Yeah. That's the message. Yeah.
Thanks, man. It's my honor to host you.
Thanks.
This podcast.
Thanks for inviting me on this podcast too.
No problem, man.
Yeah.
It's nice to meet you in the real person, man. In the flesh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for listening to the Coffee and the Company podcast. Me, myself, Dennis.
Thomas, yeah.
Take care, guys.
Ciao. See you. Bye.